Welcome to Malcolm's Sun Study Studio, Sun Study videos. Timer started. Malcolm down from Oz. Man, they got it tough down there. They got to show Sun Studies. So he's complaining that he can't see the shadows in plan view of fences, and he's right. I actually made these fences. Look, here's the plan. Here's a model right here. Here's a model. I have automatic shadows on. That's why it's being so slow, because I've got the automatic shadows on. Just so you know where that is, it took me forever to find this. It's always so confusing. There it is, right there. It's in render. It shouldn't be hard to find, but it is for me. So show shadows for preview options. Final view, yeah, but for what we're doing, we're going to do some sun studies, some ever-changing sun studies, and so show shadows on preview options is checked in this particular case. So I don't have to press the button that says show me the final view shadows, okay? It's a simple model, so I can do that pretty easily because my computer can't handle. So anyway, here's the deal. This fence right here, I made those room definitions, and so this is actually a room right here. And what you'll notice is, watch when the building in plan view, shadows are not cast inside of rooms. Shadows aren't cast inside of rooms. So all I have to do is select this U and make that a no room def. Now I'm going to see, U 9. I should be seeing shadow. Yeah. See, now I got shadows right in here, inside the fence line. Before I didn't have shadows in the fence line. They were on the outside of the fence line. So the first thing is, inside of a room, the shadows won't cast. And now you could see on the right-hand side, the shadows. Here's the deal. This is what Malcolm wants. Malcolm wants to see the shadows in plan view. And for fences, and he can't. You can't. I don't know why, but you can't. But in render mode, you can. So here's the deal, Malcolm. Why don't you just use this right here? There's your shadows, man. It's even more realistic than this plan view. Just use this. But if you must insist on using the shadows, then I would just turn this render into a JPEG or something, resize it for your plan. You know how to import the JPEG and resize it to the plan. And then just trace the shadows. I guess that's what you have to do. But here's something. I'm just rambling on here. Here's something that's sort of interesting. Now let's create a nano set here. Copy A4 8 a.m. shadow. Floor plan. This is a lot of work. A4 floor plan 8 a.m. shadow. Over here, copy set. A4 floor plan 8 a.m. Now I'm going to come over here to shadows. I think sun shadows. Copy this. Tab 8 a.m. Okay. Now, since I'm in the Anno set 8 a.m., I should change my layer set, whereas everything is locked, with the exception of sun shadow, with the exception of these two right here. Okay. Here. So now I can select nothing but the shadows. So now all I do is I just go poop. Control C, U, put them on 8 a.m., okay, done. Now, if I don't want to see the shadows, turn them off. Turn them back on. Now let's see if they stay. Now let's see if they stay when I change the U. 4 p.m. Okay, now those are the new shadows for 4 p.m., okay? Now let's see if I can turn on my 8 a.m. shadows. You think they're still around? No. They're gone. Ain't that a pistol? So let's select all these things. Those are my shadows. Convert to a plane polyline. U to fill. Solid and pick something. U line style 8 a.m. Perfect. Oh. Now those are my 8 a.m. shadows, okay? Now I'm going to come over here and U change my time to 10 a.m. Make shadows. There you go. Now what I do is I go U lock. Let's see. Where are these things at? Those are on 8 a.m. Oh, why are they on 8 a.m. now, man? What are these on? Those are on 8 a.m. Isn't that interesting? My shadows are showing up on 8 a.m. now. Okay, U convert to plane polyline. U solid. No, how about angle crosshatch? Angle crosshatch. Spacing of 4. I make it a transparent fill. Line style. Define. Copy. Make this 10 a.m. You get the idea. I'm putzing around here. Okay. Now those are on 10 a.m. So here we go. I can turn off my 10 a.m. shadows. Those shouldn't have been my 10 a.m. shadows. What are these? Oh, those are, wow. Those are the 10 a.m. shadows. U. No, that's not what I wanted. Sorry. Oh, I want to turn on my 8 a.m. Yeah, turn on my 8 a.m. and turn off my 10 p.m. There you go. Now I sort of got this and this. Now I know I don't have the ones for the fences. I get that. How much time do I have? Give me a second to figure it out. Minute 48. I'll go a little further on this, see if I can do something else. So that's a way of saving them. You've got to turn them into you got to convert them from shadows into P lines. You got what I'm saying? Okay, now let's let's and so now I can see the shadows are being created, and they're moving around. I think they're moving. Are they? Oh, yeah. You can see how they're moving around in plan view. You can see how they're moving around in plan view right there. See, that's the 4 p.m. whatever that was. Now you can see how they move. You're looking at the left-hand side. You can see how my shadows are moving. Yeah, see that? So you can kind of compare. And what layer are those things on? I think I'm gonna be surprised. 8 a.m. again. Now, why is that? Isn't that weird? I mean, why are my shadows now showing on 8 a.m.? My new custom shadows. That's weird. They should be showing up on where's this? Oh. Check that out. I put my north arrow on 8 a.m. So any shadows that are created are going to be on that layer. That makes sense. I had inadvertently moved my sun shadow. So let's go ahead and put this back on sun angles and shadows like this, okay? Oh, timer up. Now let's see where these things go. Earth data. Okay, now my shadows are changing. You see that? In plan view. I'm looking in plan view on the left. So I'm gonna see what layer they're on. Oh. Were they doing it? Were they behaving? Yeah, they're behaving correctly. There. Okay, now let's see what layer. They should be on the sun shadow layer. Isn't that cool? Yeah, see, that's where they are. So there you go. I think there you go. This is a. I'll put it right there. I just copied that right there. Now, what's going to happen to this thing? Do you think this thing will disappear when I move the time of day around? I think it'll disappear. Yep, it disappeared. See? So what you got to do is you got to take these at a certain point where you want to save them, and now convert them away from a shadow into a polyline. Now you can do your sun study, and maybe you already knew this. I didn't, but I get the fact that you don't have the fences in plan view, but you do have it in render view over here. So if you, oh God, I feel for you guys, man. I was going to do something else. I'm going to go on to the next video, but you can see on the right-hand side how the shadows are changing. And just, I'm going to do something else, and I'm going to do part 2 in a second, but this is really kind of cool. And if you ever get a fast computer, if I ever get a fast computer, or faster one, now I'll get into that in a second. You can, this is what Glenn Woodward taught me. Watch this. Watch the shadows on the right change. See, you can see them move as I scroll through the times of day. I mean, that is really kind of cool. And now if I keep going, watch what happens when I get to 7 p.m. Now I'm in San Diego, June 22nd, the longest day of the year at 7 p.m. It's still light out. It's light out till 8:30. I mean, 8:37 sunset. See? Well, yeah, see? Now that's almost as little light as possible. Look on the right-hand side, almost as little light as possible. And now, see that 8 p.m.? I think that's wrong, because I'm telling you, because you see how it lightened up like that? That's because they think it's dark, the sun has set. Well, I don't think the sun sets till 8:30 or so here in San Diego on June 22nd. We just had a June 22nd. Check this out. Look at this. I'm still getting shadows as I go through 1 p.m. Now I'm at 1 p.m. 11 p.m. Well, I can't go any further. I have to go to the next day. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to see if my shadows change at all. They don't change at all. Isn't that weird? Now, you notice how see how bright the picture on the right is? As soon as the sun goes down, I think they go into auto mode and they give you light. Now, if I keep thumbing through, now this is daytime. This is 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Now it's getting lighter and lighter. You see how this is getting lighter. Look at the shadows move. Shadows are moving. I'm scrolling on through 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 9 a.m., 8 a.m. The sun rises, I think, around 6:30. Now watch what happens. 7 a.m., I mean, the sun's just coming up here in San Diego. 6 a.m., if I'm not mistaken, it's like right around 6. Oof, that's about it. Now look at the shadows for the railing. There it is, 5 a.m. The sun has not risen, and I got shadows. Look at those shadows that I have. I mean, why do I have shadows there at 5 a.m.? As I scroll on through, it's light. Anyway, that's the end of part 1. I'm going to do part 2 in a second. I want to show you. I'm going to figure out something else.